Good afternoon, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your third video blog of the day for Monday, December 14th, 2015, around 5:30 in the afternoon in Billerica, Massachusetts. It's cloudy out right now, and tonight's going to be some rain showers and highs. The low temperatures will be in the 50s, very, very warm. And tomorrow's supposed to be better and in the 50s as well, back to kind of seasonable weather on Wednesday, but more warm weather this week. And the weekend, seasonable. Next week, could be warm again. Records could be set on Christmas Day. Some news to report. Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred has announced that he's not going to reinstate Pete Rose. Pete Rose has been suspended for life from baseball since 1989 for gambling, and Rob Manfred said that Pete Rose has not learned his lesson. He's still associated with gambling stuff. He made the cardinal rule, broke the cardinal rules. No gambling in baseball. So I agree with that decision, not to reinstate Pete Rose. And also the San Francisco Giants have signed pitcher Johnny Cueto to a 6-year contract worth $130 million. And the Basketball Hall of Fame has announced it's reduced the eligibility for players who retired from 5 years to 4 years. Plus, it's eliminated the committee for ABA. So no more players who played in the ABA will be eligible for the Hall of Fame anymore. That's about it on the news. My third video blog subject of the day is a continuation of 2016 predictions. Periodically, I'm having the predictions in December of stuff. Now I've reached the predictions. What's going to happen in Boston, Massachusetts, the Boston area for 2016. And here is my predictions for some of the stuff that I'm predicting that's going to happen in Boston in 2016. The first thing I'm predicting in 2016, that the proposed Green Line extension that's going to go into Somerville and Medford will be canceled. They will discontinue the building because they can't find the money for it. And that's a big disappointment for the cities of Somerville and Medford, who are expected to have a big boon for the Green Line extension. But they are well over budgeted, $1 million, not $1 billion, the cost overruns and stuff. They fired contractors. They're running out of money. So I think the best thing, I'm predicting that the Green Line extension will be discontinued, and Green Line's going to end at Lechmere Station for the foreseeable future. Might end at Lechmere Station for the rest of its existence and stuff. The next thing I'm predicting what's going to happen in Boston in 2016. I predict that the proposed gambling casino that's going to be built in Everett, Massachusetts, right on the Mystic River, will not be built, period, because of so many lawsuits and so many environmental stuffs. And the state of Massachusetts Gaming Commission's going to reverse that decision and give that casino gambling license to Revere and East Boston, where they should have gave it all along. And a gambling casino will be starting to be built at Suffolk Downs and stuff, because that's where it should be. Suffolk Downs and Revere on the East Boston Revere line. They were proposing that years ago, but they got shot down, and basically Suffolk Downs doesn't have too many horse races anymore. That's where it should have went all along for the gaming license in the Boston area, not Everett, Massachusetts, where there's so many lawsuits and stuff, plus the land they're supposed to be building needs a contamination cleanup and other stuff, which that might take months or years before they ever start building one shovel for the gambling casino and stuff. That's gonna be built in East Boston and Revere, mark my words. The next thing I'm predicting what's going to happen in the Boston area in 2016, I bet the MBTA is going to announce some major cutbacks in order to balance the budget. The MBTA is in so much debt, and maybe the only way to solve this debt is to eliminate service. I'm predicting a lot of bus routes will be canceled or scaled back. I'm also predicting that the subway service of the red line, green line, orange line, and blue line, there'll be far fewer trains, especially on the weekends and after rush hour and stuff in the mornings and nights. But the biggest thing I'm predicting, major cutbacks for the MBTA, will be commuter rail service. I'm predicting that there'll be no commuter rail service on the weekends, period, because the MBTA has proposed this a few times over the past several years when there's service fare hikes and stuff, but it's got shut down many times. But I think the MBTA is going to probably have to do this in order to balance the budget. It might not be the greatest idea, but they need to balance this budget and stuff. They don't want to be in billions of dollars in debt for the rest of their life. And that got a lot of people who rely on going to Boston on the trains to drive or other routes. Maybe take a taxi, but that's hundreds of dollars if you're going from the North Shore to South Shore. Plus, you have to tip the cab drivers. The next thing I'm predicting what's going to happen in Boston in 2016, I bet new businesses going into Boston. I don't think you'll be seeing too many new businesses that much. Different businesses, not like every time they open up a business, it's either CVS or a Subway or Dunkin' Donuts or a cell phone shop. Mix it up. Get some of these new companies or like retail stuff coming in, and maybe a Jimmy John's or a frozen yogurt place and stuff. Not the same old. That's what I'm predicting in 2016. The new retail businesses in Boston be different than the same old. And also in 2016, I'm predicting in Boston that WBZ Radio AM 1030 will be simulcast on an FM signal dial. Most likely, it's going to probably be 103.3 amp FM, which is flopping big time and stuff. People says there's rumors that it should go back to oldies 103.3, but you never see that ever happen. And I think WBZ AM simulcasting on WBZ like on 103.3 would be pretty good. It'd be very big boom. And also they could change the call letters of like WBZ FM 98.5, the sports hub. And also I'm predicting in 2016 in Boston television there'll be a lot of major people in the news departments of several television stations retiring. I'm predicting that Randy Price of Channel 5 and Harvey Leonard of Channel 5 will probably announce their retirements in 2016. I'm also saying in WBZ TV that longtime weatherman Barry Burbank's also going to announce his retirement and stuff like that. And that's about it on the predictions for Boston in 2016 that I make. And I'll be back with the fourth and final video blog of the night, which will be about former WWE Diva Vicky Guerrero. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Bunning guy. Molly Rosenblatt of WCCO Channel 4 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, and she has nice legs. Elizabeth Hot so stunning, and she's got nice legs. Barbara Gibbs of ABC 11 in Raleigh, North Carolina, has a cute Southern accent, and she has nice legs. Amy Swansea rocks. Julie Donaldson of Comcast Sportsnet Mid-Atlantic rocks. And bye. See you tonight.